Hello everyone, myself Ketan Bhausar, Assistant Professor in LJ Engineering College, Ahmedabad. In VLSI Design, Unit number 1 Introduction, today's topic CAD tools, FPGA and CPLD. In previous session, we discussed about VLSI quality and packaging technology. As we discussed, there are the different types of quality parameters like testability, reliability, yield and manufacturing ability and upgradability. So these four are the main quality parameters when we're talking about any VLSI component or any VLSI related products. Updatability, reliability, testability is play a main role, and as well as a yield and manufacturing ability. So it's talking about when you are working in the mass production side, and also a verification is play a main role when we are dealing about quality parameters in VLSI technology. And also a packaging technology. In packaging technology, we discuss the different types of packaging technology. We are familiar with the quad technology, we are familiar with the DIP technology, also with the multiple board on chip technology, as you can see in your smartphone and gadgets. So these are the different packaging technology as per your requirement and as per your application that you have to choose. Fine, suppose if you have a size constraint, then definitely you have to go with the quad because DIPs take a large amount of space. But when you're talking about familiarity and we're talking about cost, then we have to go with the DIP because DIP has a less cost as compared to a quad technology. So as per the requirement that we have to choose. So today's topic we are talking about a CAD technology. It's a computer aided design technology. So you are using the number of software tools, hardware tools we are using like PLC, SCADA, Arduino board, AVR Studio. These are the different tools we are using when we are working with the electronics part or we are dealing with embedded technology and communication technology. So these are the different tools category when we're talking about a VLSI chip designing. It's a synthesis tool. Synthesis means what? Whatever you writing inside a computer or inside the software, you have to convert your software data into a hardware part or into the machine language concept, and you have to upload it on the hardware. Altera, it's a quarter software, and also in the Xilinx you can see one option, it's a synthesis. Synthesis means what? Whatever you're writing inside the code, it will be implement or it will compatible with your selected hardware. Address automations of the design phase in top level. Definitely, see, when you are working with a cascading or we can say that the structure programming, then we have to select the top level module. In the top level module, all the sub modules are connected with the top level module. You have to provide a specific addressing on each and every pins, like you have to select the clock pin, you have to select the input pins, you have to select the output pin as a LED, as a LCD. So you have to provide the addresses in the synthesis option. Layout tools, it's a floor planning, place and route, and module generation. So when you're designing any final configuration file or hardware description file, it's called as a bit file, because in embedded system we are talking about a hex file. We can say that hex file is also a machine language file. We upload the hex file in microcontroller. Same way when you're dealing with FPGA board, then we are talking about a bit file and UCF file. So floor planning means what? Whatever you are writing the code, it will be mounted on particular area, as you can see in the floor planning. Place and route means what? It provide proper connections between component to component, and as well as it decide the proper place when component can easily communicate each other. And also module generation. See, if you are working on a large configuration file and if you are working with a large data file or you are dealing with the multiple IO at a time, then with help of HDL programming we are generated a module generation configuration in layout tools. So basically, after generating a synthesis or after apply the synthesis tool, we generate a floor planning, place and route, mapping, translating, in the layout tools. This all the configuration you can see in the Xilinx tool. Fine, in the Xilinx we can easily identify the simulation, synthesis, floor planning, place and route, mapping, translate, and also generate a programming file. Simulation and verification tool. See, if you're talking about the simulation, what exactly the meaning of simulation is. First of all, simulation means what? Whatever the logic you are designing, whatever the configuration you are designing, we have to apply that particular data, or we have to apply that particular logic into the hardware. So before apply the data to the hardware, we have to check our system is working properly or not. For checking our system working properly or not, we have to apply the simulation first of all. Before applying a hardware, we have to check our data on the software side. It's called as a simulation. These are the different simulation tools available when we're talking about a Xilinx. The Xilinx have a iSim simulator. Altera have that Ideal or Owen simulator. Model Sim is one of the best simulator. Fine. Active HDL is also one of the simulator tools that we have to check your logic is working properly or not using the simulation tool. It's a behavior simulation. Definitely whatever the logic you are writing inside the program, fine, according to that it will work in terms of the behavior domain or behavior style. Logic level simulation means what? See, as a programmer, suppose you are writing some program, fine, and suppose one example is that if a is equal to high, then by default your b is equal to high, else b is equal to 0. So you have to apply the a is equal to 1 on input side, and you have to check your b is 1 or not. If it is 0, then there are some problem in programming side. And if it is worked properly, then your logic level simulation is simplified. See, whatever you're writing the code in HDL in terms of the VHDL or Verilog, it generate a simulation or it generate the behavior simulation file, but you have to check it will work according to your requirement and according to your application or not, because software does not know any additional or logical part, but as per the programming skill you have to add the logic inside the program. A number of test vector are applied. Fine. Now we're talking about the verification. See, we also apply the test batch concept. I hope a number of students can know what is a test batch. Test batch is generally used you no need to apply input value from the user side. You have to write down the code, and as for the system it will generate a timing cycle. It's called as a verification or test batch. Test batch is play a main role when we are dealing with a high configuration data or when we are dealing with the multiple inputs at a time, because number of companies in India is not allowed a manual simulation or manual verification. They all allow automatic verification, and automatic verification is possible with help of a test batch vector only. Logic functionality, yeah, definitely, as I already told you, you have to apply the inputs, and as per your requirement, if you are getting your output, then your system will be verified and it will work. Timing level simulation, that I already told you, if you are working with some timing concept like you designing some traffic light controller which work in the clock based timing with the 30-second on each and every direction, then you have to check your time that the delay should be generated properly for 30 seconds or not. So we have to check the timing level simulation also, we are getting the signal on proper time or not. So timing level simulation is also play a main role when we are talking about CAD tools. Circuit level simulation, yeah, definitely when you are dealing with hardware parts or when you are dealing with designing a specific hardware board, then circuit level simulation is also play a main role, that we have to check your each and every circuit should work properly or not, because there are the number of FPGA boards is available which working on the jumper based concept. With help of the jumper selection, it generate or it select the specific key like a PLA and PAL. And worst case delay, definitely nominal and worst case delay, that you can also check with help of the circuit level simulation, that you have to select a specific jumpers as per your requirement and as per your need or selection of bits. High computational cost, it's also play a main role, because when we're talking about a microcontroller, then definitely the cost of microcontroller is very less as compared to FPGA board. But FPGA is not used for the simple task. It is generally useful for designing a high configuration task, or when you want to design a particular task which work on very high speed. When your time constraint, then definitely you have to go with FPGA based design only. Now the next topic is the CPLD and FPGA. Now we already work on the FPGA, what is FPGA and how FPGAs actually work. Fine. And there are we already learned in VLSI design style. These are the 4 design style, like full custom, semi-custom, standard cell, and FPGA. Now what is CPLD? CPLD stands for the complex programmable logic device. We can say that it's a lower version of FPGA, or we can deal with a small number of IOs and you have to use FPGA, then we have to select the CPLD board, because CPLD cost is less than FPGA board. Yeah, it's designed with help of the PLDs, programmable logic devices. It's up to 10,000 gates. It use a PLA with AND or inverter circuit, stored in ROM data. It's a non-volatile concept, as you already know. Fine. So whenever we're dealing with a CPLD based concept, then we can say that it's a less expensive as compared to the FPGA board, and also it designed with help of the PLA and PAL based concept, and it can work up to 10,000 gates and also have ability to store the data. Fine. Now we make a comparison of FPGA and CPLD. So as you can see, the full form of FPGA and CPLD, it's a programmable logic device and field programmable gate array. It is a collection of programmable logic devices, or it is designed with help of the CLBs. The gate density up to 10,000 gates, up to 1,000 to few 10,000s of gates. Interconnection, it's make a complex design. It's a programmable interconnections. It uses CLB for the block programming. It uses PLA for the block programming. You can see the LUT inside the CLB. So because of the LUT, you can identify the logic, design, Boolean function, and K-map inside a LUT. And when we're dealing with the PLA, so we can see the only AND or logic. We cannot identify the K-map, or we cannot see the Boolean function. It is designed with help of the ROM, and this one is designed with help of the RAM. It's a non-volatile, or it is a volatile. So these are the basic comparison between CPLD and FPGA. There are the number of FPGA and CPLDs available in the market. We can say that number of CPLD is much more better than FPGA, and number of FPGA is much more better than CPLD. So it's as per the requirement, you have to choose a specific CPLD boards, and you can work on your desired application. So these are the basic comparison between CPLD and FPGA. So overview of chapter number 1. As you can see, our chapter number 1 is finished now. So we just go with the overview. First, we introduce what is VLSI technology. We study the different types of VLSI technology, like starting with SSI, MSI, LSI, VLSI, ULSI as per the Moore's law. VLSI design methodology. We study the different types of methodologies like regularity, modularity, locality, and hierarchy. Also, we study a VLSI design flow with Y chart, and also with the design flow with each and every step verification. VLSI design style like FPGA, full custom, standard cell, gate array based design. Design quality, that we are talking about the different parameters like testability, upgradability, reliability, yield, and manufacturing ability. In packaging technology, we study the different types of packaging technology like DIP, quad, multiple on chip, single on chip. Different types of CAD tools like simulation tools, synthesis tool, verification, and layout design rules based tools. FPGA and CPLD, and comparison with FPGA and CPLD. So I hope you like this session, and if you have any doubt, then you can contact me. Thank you very much.